we didn't just play games, me and my brother. We built memories. I mean, there's so many memories of games that we played, and I'll probably mention this later in the video as well. But like lots of times we played Destiny 2 and we'd do the raids together and we'd do the dungeons. And he kind of Sherpa'd me through everything because I was never that great at games, but I had a really good time playing with him, and I hope that I get to play with him again in the future if my mental health allows it. I've recently gone through something where it kind of prevented me from being able to game adequately because I don't know, like my eyes aren't looking at the enemies the way that they used to, and like my eyes are not really coordinating with my hands, so I really can just reminisce on the memories we have gaming, but I hope that I get that ability back. But so many late nights, they turn into early mornings. Every win felt better together. Every loss, we turned it into laughter. And, we didn't let it stress us out when we'd get, demolished in a strike, or if we were playing Super Mario Sunshine or something of that nature, we didn't let it beat us up whenever we weren't able to get the enemy, or beat the boss. We would just keep trying, and that's something we did over the years. But passing the controller felt like a ritual. It's something to this day when I go see my brother, like he'll always pass me the controller, and when he gives me the controller, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to play right now or something of that nature, but he still tries, and I think that's such a sweet thing. But trash talk never meant anything serious. Like if we did a lot of like Call of Duty 1v1s, and he would always kick my ass. But it was still really fun. But we'd learn games side by side. Like we were both playing Elden Ring at the same time, and like we would update each other on each other's progress and stuff like that. And it was generally just a really good time. And like I beat Elden Ring twice, so it is weird that my video game skill has been depleted. It's not something I've ever read about online happening to anyone ever. So I'm curious as to how that's possible, but it is what it is. But yeah, the couch was our battlefield, and split screen was our world. I remember a lot of the times earlier on, he would be like, "Hey, you want to play Borderlands?" And we'd end up playing Borderlands, and it was a really good time. There was no internet needed; it was just us, and that I really enjoyed that. Destiny nights are nights that I'll never forget. We had some great times, especially the dungeons. I kind of liked the dungeons because they were like smaller forms of raids, and they were just generally easier to get through. But yeah, grinding together felt like bonding, and Borderlands chaos made us laugh nonstop. Inside jokes came from random moments, GoldenEye matches got really intense too growing up. We'd do 1v1s with my cousin Justin and some other family members, and we would do 1v1s in GoldenEye N64, which is a really good game. I highly recommend you guys check that out. But it was really fun. And we'd argue over who cheated. That's the one thing I remember my brother, like every time a game was being like difficult or something of that nature, he would start yelling at the game and be like, "Oh my god, this is unfair, the game is cheating." And looking back, it's kind of funny. In the moment, I was a little bit scared because he would get really upset, but it was funny, looking back at it. But we would end up laughing like 5 minutes later, And when we played Super Mario Sunshine, it felt like pure joy, watching watching each other struggle and succeed was just good memories. And he would always help me, beat tough levels. And he would always be by my side and kind of guide me through. Even when we were playing Destiny, he would kind of guide me through like what we were supposed to do. But we'd celebrate the smallest victories. We'd compete, but we'd always be on the same team. And, gaming became our language. And it's a way that we shared a lot of moments together. So many nights that we'd have a couple drinks and just kick back and play our favorite games and explore those worlds and go on those adventures. It was just really fun, and silence wasn't awkward when we're gaming. That just meant we were focused. Snacks, drinks, endless hours of fun, no responsibilities. Time did move differently back then, and I really do miss the simplicity of life. Like, life has become so much more complicated the older you get, so like don't take for granted your younger years, because life at some point is gonna suck, and I mean, not always, obviously, but it's gonna have moments that are just super bad. But that's just a part of the process of existence, I guess. Um, I wish whoever designed this reality did a better job, though, because life should be something that's mostly beautiful, but you know, there's always going to be the shittiness of the shitty stuff uh, in life. But yeah, uh, the game soundtracks were the soundtrack of our childhood. And I remember just the glow of the TV at night, and seeing my brother's face light up when he would beat a boss or beat a level or something of that nature. Um, but hearing your turn was everything, especially when we were playing like Grand Theft Auto. We played a lot of GTA. My cousin would bring that over, and I was absolutely obsessed with that game because you could literally do whatever you wanted in that game, and I just thought that was really cool. But you learn patience through tough levels, and you learn teamwork without even realizing it, and moments that felt small, but meant everything. And there was always the excitement of new games. My brother would always be like, "Oh, this new game came out." Like I remember when Meet Your Maker was about to come out, and he's like, "Bro, you got to check out this game," and I did, and it seemed really cool. But I was never good at building stuff in games, so I didn't end up playing that game. But he ended up playing a lot of it and designing a bunch of his own different like missions and stuff, or not missions, but like whatever they're called, levels. And he would make his own levels, and I thought that was really cool. Um, but yeah, we'd create traditions without even trying. Gaming is just how we connected, and it was more than just a hobby. It was something we shared together, and yeah, I'll never forget that. So yeah, this video is for my brother, but that's pretty much all I got. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and yeah, hold on to hope. Try to stay happy, and fight to stay who you know that you are. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.